AP Chemistry Flash Drive is software that focuses on the essentials for success on the AP Chemistry exam. It is approved by the College Board. We are going to learn more efficiently using this step-by-step approach. The flash drive asks you a question, analyzes your responses, and corrects you if you're wrong with instantaneous feedback. Now let's demonstrate this step-by-step approach, the animations and videos, and the practice tests to see how interactive the lesson plan will be using the flash drive technology in class. First, I'm going to insert the flash drive into the USB port of the computer, and then you will observe the screen. And the screen is going to look like this. And then you're going to look for AP Chemistry. If you can't find AP Chemistry, simply type AP Chemistry at search bar and it will show up. Click on it. Since you should purchase this flash drive, it will check your license. So after checking license, it will take you to the main menu. So since this flash drive is prepared for the students that they have no knowledge about chemistry and takes their knowledge to the level of AP Chem, it includes lots of materials. This main menu shows the title of the chapters. At the bottom of this page, you see different bottoms that if you click on them, you can use them. Probably we're going to go over them one by one. But the first one that I want you to show, I want you guys to pay attention is the next page. That when you click on it, it will take you to the next page of the titles of the chapters. So basically, you can choose a topic and click on it and start your lesson plan. Let's say we want to teach or work on chapter 2. So we'll go to the previous page, we'll click on chapter 2, and then it will take us to the sections, to the titles of each section. Let's choose concept of formula mass or molar mass. Let's click on it.
The formula mass.
Whenever you click on each lesson, as you heard, there's a voice that talks about the page, reads all of them word by word. So it's up to you if you want to use that voice, or you can mute it by clicking on sound and mute over here. You can also pause the screen if, let's say, as the students have questions at that time. You can simply pause on it, and then you can ask students, have students to interact with you while you're teaching the lesson. So yeah, basically here it's asking you to write down the chemical formula mass, and molar mass using periodic table. Well, how do we use periodic table? If you look at this part of the screen, you see that it says periodic table. You can click on it and the periodic table will show. And what is this interesting about periodic table? When you point at each element, it shows the element with the atomic number and atomic mass number. So students can recognize that the number on top represents atomic number, and the number at the bottom represents atomic mass number. So first, it teaches the students how to calculate the molecular mass, and then after that, it usually solves several examples. For example, over here, there's one example. It says calculate the molar mass of vitamin, and it teaches how to calculate the molar mass. Over here, you can click on sound and you can hear it.
Element H, number of atoms 30, atomic mass 1.0. Element O, number of atoms 1, atomic mass 16.0.
Well, what I have noticed is that sometimes if the lesson is too easy and students can get the lesson very quick, so you don't have to wait for all the steps. You can simply move on and have them to solve the next problem. So that's why we have this arrow over here. So based on the students that you have in your classroom and the environment that it has been created, you can control the speed. So after solving several problems, several examples, the interesting part is that there are interactive problems involved. So when you're done with the lesson, here it says click the right arrow to continue. When you click on right arrow, after each lesson it takes you to interactive problems. And what is special about interactive problems is that it will not move until you fill up the blanks. So there are blanks that you should fill it up. You should ask your students to answer and then move on. In the beginning, it tells you that in this interactive problem, you can use periodic table, calculator, and scratch pad, and all other things that is necessary. So the first example over here for an interactive problem is asking students to calculate the formula mass of aluminum. So how are they going to calculate? Well, aluminum is an element, so they can use periodic. They will notice that they need periodic table. There's a button over here. They can click on it, and they can find aluminum over here. By pointing at it, you will see the atomic number and atomic mass number, which is 26.9, which is equivalent to 20. They can round it up to 27. You can type it here, or you can ask your students to come to the board and type it there, or let's say if it's online, they can do it on their computer, and then they can type it, and afterward, if you click enter or click on this arrow, it will tell you if the answer was correct or not. If it is correct, you'll see the same thing over here, and then the unit, obviously this AMU, and that's it. Now let's move on to the next question. Over here, it's a molecule, so it's vitamin C, C6H8O2. Again, same thing. They need to follow the procedure. They need to find out the elements, the number of atoms that exist in that molecule, and also atomic mass. And so, for example, carbon, we know that we have 6 carbons over here, so put 6 over there, and then atomic mass number for carbon. Most of the students know already the atomic number, but if, as I told you, there are students that they have no knowledge about chemistry, use periodic table, carbon, 12, and then you can simply put 12 over here, and multiplication of 6 by 12 will give you this answer. You can use a calculator to do that. Here, there's calculator, and also if you click on this arrow, you will see if your response is correct. So after each lesson, basically there are two to three sample problems, and after that there are 2 to 3 sample or practice problems that keep students engaged in lesson. As I told you, you can always go back to the topic menu. When you go to topic menu, then you can go back to the main menu. But since we want to stay at the same chapter, click on chapter 2. And I want you to see that the end of each chapter, also there are practice problems, multiple choice problems. 2 types of multiple choice problems. One of them has a step-by-step solution involved. The other one is just the answer. So let's click on this one that has a step-by-step solution. So practice problem is here. It's multiple choice question. Students can solve the problem, and then again, there are all necessary buttons over here that can be helpful for a student, and like calculator, like periodic table, formulas, and all their stuff. And then by using all this, when they got the answer, final answer, they can click on it. Let's say the student got the answer A. Okay, that's not the right answer, so the student should try again, right? And then now let's say they got C, and the answer is correct. In order to check it, you can click on solution. Also, there is you can click on sound and mute in order to have person to talk. But also the solution is there. You can just click on the steps, and it will show you how the problem has been solved. And again, you can go back to topic menu, and also if you see some of them in some titles, you see video afterward, you see interactive. So that these are kind of signs that will help you to recognize if this part is showing video or it's asking students to be engaged in interactive problem solutions. Let's watch a video now. Let's go back and watch a video which is related to the topic that we discussed. You click on it. This is the introduction page for the video. So you can click on sound.
Of a mole of that element or compound.
So If you click on each one of these, it will take you to the video that shows the element, like this. Like this is the aluminum, and it shows how big is 1 mole of aluminum with the atomic mass number of 27. You can go back, click on calcium now. I'll show you how big is 1 mole of calcium with atomic mass of 40. Okay, and then you can go back to main menu again, and you can go to practice problem, multiple choice, and other, like several other types of practice problems over here. You can click on it, and you can just ask students to solve the problems, and they love to compete, especially in classroom, by answering this kind of multiple choice questions. You can make different competitions or games based on this practice problems. And also if you look at this, the bottom part of this page, you see that it says notes. If you click on notes, it will take you to the PDF format of all the notes of this chapter. And the good thing about notes is that you can print it out, and you can give it to your students. Instead of book, you can use all these notes. So all notes of the whole chapter are included in this PDF format. And also over here, you can click on PowerPoint. You can click on PowerPoint, and the PowerPoint slideshows of each chapter also will be shown. And the good thing about this part is that you can save it, and again, you can print it, and you can use it in different, let's say, places. You can post it on the website. But for the flash drive, you cannot save it, or you cannot copy it, because you have to purchase it. I hope that you found the demonstration helpful, and thanks for watching it.